for coming back to Gumshoe Tech. As you know, KDE Plasma 6.7 beta is being released, and I was surprised. I know the big impacts that 6.7 is coming out, but the biggest impact is really Plasma Bigscreen and Union. Those were surprises to me. I did not read documentation last month that either of those two are going to be coming out. Plasma Bigscreen, if you didn't know, that is KDE's, I don't know, TV interface, so that we don't have to use things like, Apple TV or Android TV just because of the adware that's on those. I had moved from Amazon TV to Android, specifically the Walmart version of Android TV, just to get rid of all the ads. And then boom, what do you know? Google decides they like ads. The next thing, if you didn't know, Union is a common desktop theming. If you don't know, KDE's got like 4 theming solutions. So if you have you got to work on all 4 of them. Union is just bringing everything together to create a, I guess, perfect union of themings. And what that's going to allow is a CSS-style theming for KDE. That's great. I don't do programming. Everyone that I have talked to has talked about how disjointed KDE is for theming of applications on the desktop. So this Union in beta still, when it comes out, programmers can start programming their GUI interfaces in a common CSS format for better look and feel of KDE in general. That's a great thing. KDE is moving forward. That's why it is the biggest desktop on Linux right now. All those out there just feel like afterthoughts, but here's Plasma Bigscreen. You should go to plasma-bigscreen.org to review what is coming up for TVs. I really think that Linux will explode more when the TV stuff gets installed into your favorite desktop or favorite Linux version. Mine is openSUSE, or SUSE if you'd say, but it's really Leap, Micro OS, Tumbleweed, Slowroll. I can really see Linux just taking off just because of Plasma Bigscreen. People are tired of ads being thrown at them constant. I didn't want my kids to see those ads off of Amazon. It was horrible ads. Everything was adult centered. I had opened Amazon up one time and it was just cussing coming through. I don't like that, specifically for any TV that I'm on. So that's a big plus to me to see Plasma Bigscreen coming out from KDE, and hopefully it takes the TV world by storm. I actually have a computer up and running and ready, and once, I don't know if I'm going to put it on like a Micro OS or Slowroll, but eventually I'd like to see the Plasma Bigscreen go to Leap. But since Leap is a long-term service release for Linux, it will take a while. I hope not. I wish it wasn't, but in reality, that's probably true. That it'll be several months for Plasma Bigscreen to come to Leap. So I'm going to try it on Tumbleweed or Slowroll, whichever comes first. So KDE 6.7 is in beta. We will see, I believe, 6.7 come out in middle of June. So let's say June 15th. Then Tumbleweed will actually take a couple weeks to get 6.7 uploaded, because SUSE actually tests before they roll out to the public. I'm sure I can get a beta installed, but I don't want to do that. If I wanted earlier, I'd install Arch, but most likely it would crash several times. I wouldn't have a good experience. I want to have a good experience when Plasma Bigscreen comes out, because I want it to work. I have a little nano computer that I think will work just fine. It's got HDMI out, and that will be my box of choice to get this up and running. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll get more content in the future for you. I plan on doing these little updates for Plasma, and I was actually reading on the next Plasma 6.8 release, and it's even more to get excited about. I love the way KDE, and since they just got a grant for 1.2 million euros, I think KDE is just going to be busting out a bunch of updates here in the next 12 months. And even the stuff they have now, I'm so excited about KDE, the best desktop that we have. I do not see anything else that's coming close to KDE right now. If I wanted something, small and compact, I'd go for GNOME. But I'm a full feature-rich desktop guy. I like to play with my desktop and modify it, make things go my way. KDE is the way for me. So if you like this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.